One of the most important lessons I've learned as a developer is to work smarter and not harder. And one of the best ways to live by that rule is to use tools that make you more productive and simplify your life. Today we'll look at 7 different tools that I use personally that you may or may not have heard of. In fact, if you're already using all 7 of these tools, go ahead and download the video, but otherwise make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below because I'll be picking one random comment next week to win this t-shirt. First, a little bit about myself. I'm a front-end web developer / back-end engineer / UX designer / entrepreneur / accidental YouTuber and video creator. So the list you're about to see is very much geared towards developers who are involved at virtually every point in the product creation process. And full disclosure, nobody pays me a dime to say nice things about these products. They're tools that I use in my day-to-day work that I genuinely enjoy and think will be useful to you. Let's get started in no particular order with Bundlephobia. This is a web application that allows you to determine how much an NPM package will add to your total bundle size. If you're working with a modern front-end framework, you want to try and keep the bundle size as small as possible to optimize the initial page load for new users. Bundlephobia makes it very easy to analyze the addition of a new dependency to your project. Just enter the package name and it will tell you the bundle size, the download time, whether or not it's tree shakeable, as well as a bunch of other information for every single version of that package. And you can even upload your entire package JSON to see all of your dependencies ranked by size. If you suffer from bundlephobia like I do, this is definitely an app you have to check out. Now let's check out another web app that will help you design and budget your cloud infrastructure called CloudCraft. It's currently only available for AWS, but even though I mostly use GCP, I still find it useful. It provides a very intuitive drag and drop interface that allows you to connect different cloud infrastructure services together. Not only is this great for planning, but it's also great for budgeting. Once you have your infrastructure in place, you can go to the budget tab and it will give you an estimated breakdown of your total cost. And because all the major clouds have similar pricing models, the actual results will translate pretty well to Azure and GCP. Next up is Figma, which is probably the most well-known app on this list. But I'm a longtime Adobe Illustrator user, so for me to switch to Figma means it has to offer at least 10 times more value than Illustrator. And it actually delivers on that in a variety of ways. First of all, Figma is a design tool that allows you to draw graphics and create mockups for your apps. And while it provides a desktop app, it also provides a web app that's just as good and performant as the desktop version. And it achieves such amazing performance by using WebAssembly. It seems kind of crazy, but I'm way more productive in the Figma web app than I am in the Adobe Illustrator desktop app. And it's completely free for my graphic design needs. And because it's web-based, I can open up my project on any machine and all my files will be there immediately without any effort. But aside from that, it's also just a really well-designed piece of software. It's similar to Sketch in the sense that it gives you all the things that you need and want and none of the crap that you don't. And it has some superpowers if you're an app developer. For example, you can mock up different events that happen on the elements. And then you can even export your styles as CSS or as Android or iOS styles. I've been consistently impressed with Figma across the board, and I really feel like I should be paying them more than $0 a month to be using this thing. But there are times when a full-blown design tool is more than you actually need. So that brings me to another web app called Font Flipper. This app is built using Angular and Firebase, and its sole purpose is to help you choose fonts for your designs. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of free fonts on Google, but it's really tedious to go through and try to figure out the perfect one for your design. Font Flipper allows you to bring in your own graphics and then experiment with different fonts. And what I really like about it is that it's just a really focused and simple UI that doesn't distract you in any way. But the coolest feature is how you actually select the fonts, and it's done with a Tinder-style UI where you swipe left for things you don't like and right for things you do like. And once you decide on a few fonts that you like, you can just go download them directly from Google Fonts. Now we're going to switch gears and look at a new Chrome extension called Vizbug. This was released earlier this year, and it's a tool that allows you to interact visually with your website. You can see here we're on Fireship.io, and then we have this toolbar over on the left side and these pink lines hovering all over the different DOM elements on the site. There's all kinds of different stuff we can do here, and I may do a full tutorial in the future, but basically we can measure elements, we can move things around, change their style, and you can do everything live in the browser without having to write a single line of CSS. This is extremely powerful because you can get things to a state that you actually like, and then instead of rewriting all that CSS, you can just copy and paste it from the inspector. And another thing I really like is that you can search for a specific type of element. For example, if you want to find all the links on the page, we can just search for them and they'll all be highlighted in pink. The plugin does have a little bit of a learning curve to get used to, but once you have that down, it will save you a ton of time. Now let's switch gears to a backend tool that you can use to debug APIs called Insomnia. I've worked with a lot of REST clients over the years, and you can use ones that are integrated directly in VS Code, but I always seem to go back to Insomnia. Whether you're building a REST API or a GraphQL API, this app will help you keep your entire workflow organized. It allows you to save reusable values that you can go back and use as you debug your API, because you definitely don't want to be spending your time rewriting tedious HTTP requests every day. And on top of that, it just has a beautiful and well laid out UI. For example, we might want to create a new request for the SpaceX GraphQL API. And Insomnia will automatically do the introspection, so all we have to do is start typing out our query and we'll get this awesome IntelliSense for everything we type. So the power of GraphQL combined with Insomnia just gives you an awesome overall developer experience. And with that, we'll move on to the seventh and final app, Flare. This is another design tool, but one specifically for creating 2D vector animations. It's similar to Figma in the sense that you can use it to draw graphics, but you'll see down here at the bottom we also have keyframes to control the motion of the graphics over time. And Flare is part of the open design movement, which means you can see the work of all kinds of other designers directly on the site and learn exactly how they built their animations. But a big part of the reason I'm really excited about Flare is that these graphics can be exported to work in Flutter. That means that implementing beautiful high-performance animations in a native mobile app is easier than ever before. I'll create a full tutorial on this in the future, but if you're building animations in a native app, I can't imagine a better option than Flare. I'm going to go ahead and wrap the list up there. Like I said at the beginning of the video, these are all products that I use personally and that I can vouch for. And another thing I just realized that wasn't planned is that all these tools are free and they're also all built with web technologies. And that's a beautiful thing in my opinion. I'd really like to hear more about the tools that make you more productive, so let me know what you're using in the comments. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.
Wow, that's incredible.